What's going on, guys? This is going to be boot camp day 10. Now, I know that this video is supposed to be on trading, but I run shit myself, so it's not going to be. As in, I know maybe you should probably want a liquidity part two right now, but I'm the one making this shit, so I'm gonna do what I want to do, and it's not going to be a liquidity part two. The main thing of this boot camp, what I want to be trying to do, is I find that a lot of people get into psychology too late into the boot camp. As for example, the ones you did do, like TGR, I feel like it was a lot of motivation, but I feel like the psychology started a little bit late. And the reason I want to start it even earlier is because before you even know how to trade, if I could just start prepping you for what to expect when you trade, you will already be going into the markets with the proper mindset. And that could literally speed your profitability up by years, months, as everyone's going to become profitable at different times. Now, with that said, what do I mean by this? Well, the first thing I want you to come in with, make sure you have your notebooks out. You should already know this is not going to be a get rich quick scheme. It's just not. It's not going to happen. You're not going to come in here and you're not going to pass a funded account after one day of work, and then you're just not going to get a payout the next day. Just not going to happen. You're not going to make $1 million within your first ever month. That's the truth. And the reason I say this is I feel like too many people make it seem like it's too easy. Like, for example, I document the whole journey, so my followers know how hard I went through the struggles. But most people, I feel like, for example, all you see now is your favorite mentor, like TJR. You'll log on, you'll see he just made 150K. And he struggled, but you didn't see it. You didn't see the years where he was door dashing every night late, eating his last order. You didn't see that. So then you're just going to think it's so easy. Like, oh my God, let me go make $1 million, get a Richard Mille in a Lamborghini, and then just make another million the next week. But the truth is, if that was true, everyone would do it. It's just like the gym. The gym gets everyone ripped. Not everyone does it. An example of that is with trading. 99.9% of people will fail. How are you going to differentiate yourself? Well, the first thing you can do, go into understanding it takes time. I did this too, and it helped me a lot. I came into this knowing that one, I'm probably not going to get rich within my first ever few months. And I also came in knowing that most likely, sorry, I have to take this thing. And I also came in knowing most likely, though, that I may even lose money. And that's what happened. But eventually the losses stopped and the winnings started compounding because I just came in with the same mindset that there's going to be messy times. And it's about how I get myself out of those times. And it worked. So that's the first lesson. Come in this. I'm not good. Don't tell yourself you can't get rich quick. 'Cause you can. It's just probably not going to happen if you think that you can. Tell yourself, come into understanding this. Day trading is a skill. 99.9% of people fail. So how am I going to be different than the other 99.9 and how am I going to succeed? And then you have to think of this. This is a skill that is very hard. I understand that it may take time. Don't say it has to take time because it doesn't necessarily have to take a year. Some people take 10 years. Some it takes 6 years. Some it takes 1 year. Some people it takes 2 months. For me, it took 6 months to get a payout, 2 months to start seeing results though. So now that you're already coming into that, you're already becoming way better because you're understanding, okay, this is a skill. Skills take time, skills take patience, and skills aren't always just wins. If you have never played golf and you pick up a golf club and you just swing, what's most likely going to happen? Well, most likely you're not going to hit the bomb straight right onto the green. Most likely you might slice, you might whiff, you might top the ball, you might pop the ball, you might maybe get a lucky one, but most likely not. So you have to just understand there's going to be losses in trading. There's never going to be a time where you have a 100% win rate. No matter how good you are, it's never going to happen. Of course, yeah, maybe you have a crazy month, crazy week, crazy few days, but I'm saying overall, you will lose a trade. It's physically impossible, really, to not lose a trade over time. And honestly, if you don't lose a trade, drop the course, bro. I'll buy it. But now, all real talk though, come into it already thinking that, and you'll already be 90% better than everyone else. Because everyone else, you have to remember, you have the advantage. You might have time. So, realistically, if you're watching this, you're around my age in your teens. Maybe you're older, and who cares? At least it's a start. But you just have to realize most come in saying they need this money for rent next week. You could come in saying, I know this is a skill that's going to pay my rent off for the rest of my life after a few months to a year, maybe multiple years. So now you're already coming into that with that. So that just puts you ahead so much more. But the thing I will say that I got caught up in, and I don't think you should with that, don't think though from that, however, you can't make money until years because everyone else failed. Because at some point you have to understand that you now know enough and that your failings aren't just time now. It's because your own personal not farts, faults in the market that you have to improve. And I went through this. It was rough. I came in with a great mindset, thinking, it's going to take time and I'm going to lose money. And then 2 months later, after I passed my first ever funded account, my second ever attempt, I blew it. And I went down a path where I blew like 20 more, same month. Worth trading 2 months of my life, 3 months, terrible. Emotionally depressed, ruined, fatigued, hated myself, very depressed. It sucked. But I feel like out was I kept telling myself everyone loses and it's going to just magically happen. And the truth is, there is no magic sauce. There's no magic pill. There's no magic sauce. There's nothing that's randomly just going to poof make you profitable after doing all the same mistakes for months straight on. And I realized that with myself. I was like, okay, then double down. You know what you're doing wrong. At the time, I was revenge trading, over trading, not even technically trading right. I was doing everything wrong, breaking my rules, over risking. I was like, okay, well, this magically won't change if you just keep doing the same thing. It's like you have to be the one who makes change. And then I slowly made the change. I didn't start by tackling them all at once, but I started by just watching more videos. Watch more videos, learn. Manage your risk. That's easy. Just be patient in your setup. And over time, it all canceled out. And then, after a 2 month stretch, I saw my first account get passed again. And then another one, and then another one, and then a payout, and then another payout, and another payout. It was like, okay, this shit's really possible. It is all just a matter of sticking to my rules, emotions, and psychology. And now that's another thing you're going to realize. If you want to change, you have to change. You cannot say, okay, I want my dream future, but then wake up like the old you and doom scroll. You have to be doing as your future self, and that is something that would really help you. I recommend doing all of this, all of you doing this. The thing that helped me is meditation. It's actually going to be your homework today, but meditation helped me so much. Why? Well, think of it this way. I was like, okay, you know what you want for your future. Millions of followers, millions of dollars a month. You know? The Lamborghini, the house, the SVJ, take care of the less fortunate, all that. Be a profitable trader. And it was like, I had a conversation with myself. It was like, how do I get there if I'm not doing that now? If I'm not on the proper steps? And that's the conversation you have to have with yourself. And the thing that changed for me was when I started acting as my future self. I would wake up 6 a.m., cold shower, gym, go on a run, then meditate, pray, get my vibes for a day, get my work done, get my content done early. And I was doing all that while 90% of people my age were still sleeping. And that was already separating me from 90% of all the day traders too, probably 95. And I was like, okay. And as I started to act as my future self, knowing what I wanted and how I had to get done, the results started flooding in. My content started gaining followers. Still not much. Still like, I'll pull it up right now. Still not only because it's a lot if you put people in a room, but 1,648 followers. And I know it's gonna go up like crazy. But the point is I was trying. And I saw the big improvement. The big improvements help. I saw the improvements to my trading. I think the same week I started this journey was the week I started getting like past accounts and stuff again. I started getting back in shape. And it was just my whole life started to change again, which yours should too. So with that, what I want you to do is I want you to start. You could either pause the video now or do it as homework. I want you to start acting as your future self. So right now, I want you to pause this video and write this stuff in your notebook. One, I want you to write a paragraph or at least a few bullets. Title it like my future self. And in that paragraph or in all those bullet points, I want you to write about what your future self is, your dream self to you. For me, I don't have my notebook on me, but when I was writing it, I see myself traveling, being in shape, making $1 million a month. I see myself helping the less fortunate every chance I get. I see myself starting many businesses and helping thousands of millions of people with young entrepreneurship and trading. And now I'm starting to do that. Not saying I'm near those yet, I'm not, but I'm still on the right path chasing my future self. The biggest thing was, is your future self profitable? If yes, then I also want you to say, well, what does my future profitable self do? What is his routine? How does he act? And then I currently want you to write down what you're doing right now. Because during the time I wrote literally, wake up, doom scroll, eat, go to school. It's like a robot. And just try and force a trade during school. Force, keyword. Get out, practice, maybe. And I was putting some work. And then I was like, what should I be doing? And that changed everything for me. I was like, okay, wake up earlier to meditate, cold shower, run, gym, get content done, school, find a good setup, don't revenge trade, don't over risk, follow your rules, wait for a good A plus setup. Don't let the emotions get to you. Get out of school, sports, gym again, eat healthy, get a clean diet, start back testing for hours, do more content. And it just structured my life entirely, man. Like now I'm down like 40 pounds. Everything's changed. I have sleeper bills. You can't really tell, but I'm very close to abs. I'll make a post when I get them. But it's stuff like that. That changed my life for the better. And I promise you'll immediately see the results, especially journaling, man. Journaling changed my life in so many ways. So that's another piece of homework I'll tell later. I want you to meditate in a dark room, dark closet by yourself today for 30 minutes. No phone. Set your phone outside the room or next to you with a timer. You can't touch it once, or else you restart it. Just 30 minutes straight in the dark. I promise you it'll help. When I did this, go in my closet, close the door, turn the lights off, back against it, just meditate. You need something? If it doesn't open, yeah, no problem. Just meditate. And I promise you, what you're gonna get out of this is a new skill to detect time. I don't mean by your like human clock, but what I mean by that is you'll appreciate your time way more. Just for example, that 30 minutes is gonna feel like the longest 30 minutes of your life. It did for me. Think you're just sitting there like this, controlling your breaths, with your eyes closed or open, meditating positionally. You're just manifesting. For all those 30 minutes, it's gonna feel like hours and days, just sitting in the dark, no phone. But what you're going to get from that 30-minute lesson is you're going to get an appreciation of time. You're going to say, okay, well, that could have been 30 minutes I was doom scrolling. And from this, after you do so much of that meditation, you're going to start to realize this 30 minutes, instead of doom scrolling, could now just go to content. It could now go to my training. It could now go to back testing. It could go to a new skill. It could go to you and self-improvement. And you'll just see you're going to get so much better. Now, during this meditation, an advice that I would give is manifest. Don't just sit there and fall asleep. This is literally what I looked like when I was doing. I'm profitable. I'm profitable. I'm a millionaire. I have millions of followers. I'm profitable. I'm Miami. I'm my SVJ, and it's stuff like that. Think of your future self and what it entails, and think of where you want to go and where you're going to be, and it's going to come true, man. Like, I'm telling you right now, people are going to watch this video. Right now, I'll probably get 30 viewers. But one day when I have millions of followers and millions of people come back to watch this, bro, you're gonna be like, holy shit, this kid knew. Because even right now, I'm manifesting. You have to understand, I'm not in that position yet. I don't have my Lambo, but I'm still sitting here like, I have millions of followers. I have 1,648 followers. I have millions of followers. I have a Lamborghini SVJ. I don't even have a car. That's because I'm not old enough, but I have SVJ. I have a house in Puerto Rico. I have my dream backyard in Dorado. I have a Miami penthouse. I have a Miami high rise. I'm doing this, I'm making $1 million a month. And it sounds so crazy until it happens. I'm a profitable trader. And it's gonna work if you just stick with that. So just give it a try, and I promise you're gonna start seeing your life just improve, like, fuck, blessed. I conquered it. I'm a disciplined man. I'm a mature man. I'm my own man. You're gonna see the results start showing you. Now, the next lesson I wanted to teach you, it's gonna be a little weird for you. Why? Because the truth is you haven't even started trading yet. So you're not really gonna exactly know what I'm talking about. One second. I'll read that later. It's too long. So a lesson for protection from my dad because I had baseball. I'm actually in a baseball till filming this right now. But the lesson is this. You have to take the money out of your head. Now I know you're gonna think it sounds crazy, but I'm teaching this before you even start paper trading. And the reason for that is it will speed up your profitability process by like five, and I mean that. If I did this at first, I would have been profitable after my first month. Now, what I mean by that is who cares if you lost, won, or got stopped to break even? They should all just be about how was my analysis, execution, rules, emotions. How did they do? And that should be the whole thing. As I can tell you, I've had trades where I broke all my rules, or run traded, gambled, and I've had them hit for 2K. And then I have trades that are the best trades of my life setup wise, and I've had them lose for 2K. Then I've had great trades that take away TPs, take my break even, and then run TP. And it happens. So what? But the point is how you act. When I was unprofitable, I would act on all those. If you saw me, if I just lost a trade for a K, it could have been a great trade. I'm hopping right back into forced trade in the other direction or maybe the same direction right away. I'm gambling. If my break even gets hit, damn right I'm re-entering. What's the point of break even? I'm re-entering. My takeaway from TP, of course, I'm gonna emotionally freak out. And I was acting on all those actions and it costed me. Because those were the days where I'd blow another account, and another account, and another account, and then another account. Maybe I just blew, it's a true story, I blew a 4.2K balance on a live Top Step funded account. Actual Express account. It was my fourth winning, it would have been my fourth winning day. I got up 800, didn't close, which is great. I didn't want to close. I was a few points from major lows, got edged for break even. Could have came back the next 2 days, got like a 6K payout. Instead, revenge trade and blew it all. One day. So the point is to take money out of your head and to focus on the execution and the reality. As instead of being like, for example, a great example today, I took a trade. It literally got here, I'll show you. Look at this shit. Like, literally. Smack TP, but I got stopped at break even, edge at break even. Why was I not upset about this? You could ask my Discord. I felt great about it. Well, we had a bullish S&T inverse that. This was a A+ setup for me. And this is just a trade that I will take every single day with no regret. Did I get stopped at break even and miss out on $22,400? Yeah, of course. But was my analysis right? Yes. I was just stopped a little short. Did I do the right break even? Yes. Did I follow my risk? Yes. Did I show emotions? No. Did I act on emotions? No. Did I follow my setup and rules? Yes. It's just stuff like that. Like, of course I'm not mad. My analysis was right. Full TP hit. Unfortunately, it's got break even first, which is going to happen. And it's just maturing to realize that that's okay. It's just what's going to separate you from the guy who is going to maybe go break even there and then re-enter and lose it all. Because that's going to happen. Because I'm sure I could come back the next few days and get another payout. I know I can. So why should I stress about that? Which I'm not. Now, another thing I just want to get to is just real quick. I want to brief on this because I'll make another video another day on it, but emotions. When you are in your first funded account, when it happens after all the trading stuff, your first trade is going to feel crazy. I can vouch. You're going to feel like, holy shit, real money. You have to eliminate the money. I'm not going to say making ticks because I never did that. I don't like it. I mean, you can if you want. That's a pussy move. I'd say more just, you just have to eliminate the money. You have to be so obsessed with trading that the money doesn't even count. It is all just an illusion, as the main thing is execution. Is my win rate system still working? Did I follow my system? Did I follow my rules? Did I trade emotionally? Yes or no? If they all come back with good feedback, no matter what the outcome is, who cares? As you could have a 10 out of 10 setup and still lose. You can't control that, it's just the market. But was your market analysis right? And if it is, then good for you, because you are now a profitable trader. Because you can have a 90% win rate, listen to none of your rules, and say you're profitable, and you don't get a job and you blow it all, and then you can never make money. If you just stick to your system and rules, you will be profitable. So I know today's lesson was a little off topic considering you don't even know how to trade, but I want to just start getting you in that proper mindset so you could be 10 light years ahead of everyone else when you come out of this boot camp ready to trade. Now, with that said, I'm going to end this, but first, remember your homework 30-minute meditation in the dark, no phone, no closet, or in the closet or your room, wherever it's pitch black, you can't even see. Your phone just has a timer, but you're not touching it at all. If you touch it, you restart. Manifesting all the time. I'm a profitable trader. I follow my rules. I listen to my setups. I follow my system. I have this win rate. I don't trade emotionally. I don't act on my emotions. And again, fine to trade with emotions, just it's wrong when you act on them. It's better to trade with none. For example, you could trade there and be like, oh my God, like for example, it's gonna happen. Like a great example is watch TGR. He was up 100K and got a retracement to 30K. Yeah, you'd still be like, holy shit, up 30K, but him, he just lost 70K of unrealized P&L. But he's like, fuck, but he's not acting out, he's not clicking sell, sell, sell button. He's just patiently waiting, and then it comes back up. He still got stopped. Stop loss hit. Terrible trade. Or not terrible trade, but unfortunate outcome. Great trade. But it's just about he didn't act. As acting could have ruined his $4 million live account right there. Now, with that said, that's your homework, along with doing all the journaling I told you to for your future self. Another piece of homework is make a new routine. Maybe make that routine of your future profitable self. Now, with that said, keep commenting, boys. I love y'all. And that was today's day 10. Peace.